Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Points of Articulation. Happy Thanksgiving! My name's Dave and if you're new to the channel, welcome. Today I'm not going to review a miniature starship, but rather a miniature parade balloon. That's right, I'm looking at the Star Wars Funko Pop Grogu Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade bobblehead. This is number 475 and released in 2021. Grogu, or Din Grogu as he is now known in the canon, was first seen in Star Wars The Mandalorian, released in 2019. Now in my family, I have a lot of traditions that I follow on Thanksgiving. If it's not sitting with my father watching the March of the Wooden Soldiers, also known as Babes in Toyland, it's watching football with my aunt and my other family members. But there's one thing that we always do first thing in the morning when we wake up, and that's watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Every year, like clockwork, we're watching our Rockettes kick their legs up, seeing different balloons and floats go by. I don't know, there's something magical about that time that ushers in the season of Christmas. And one year, all of a sudden, a giant inflatable Grogu came down the streets of New York City, and it was at that time where The Mandalorian came out and swept the world. It was immensely popular. It was such a big event that this was the first Star Wars balloon in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. It was such an impactful event that they even had a little commercial, a snippet that said, "Oh, go to the Funko Pop website and get your own miniature balloon." And you want to know what? I did it. I jumped on it, and I had this in the box since 2021 when I bought it. So today we're going to do things a little different. It's not going to be a super detailed review like I normally do. We're going to take a quick look at the box, crack it open gently, because I want to keep it, and then we're going to look at the item, discuss the paint, compare it to some other pieces, and then we'll be done. So let's get started. So looking at the box here, we have our title, number 475. Down here we have Star Wars, and we actually have a sticker for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which is pretty cool. We could also see our item here, which, from looking at it, looks amazing. Turning it on the side, again, we have our name, we have the pop symbol, 475. On the back, we have what the item will look like. Seems to be a big base with two clear plastic rods, so I'm digging that. Disney stuff on the bottom. And this side, looking good. And then on the bottom, basically, you guys guessed it, copyright crap. Oh boy. And at the top, this is a big box for my review section. Just says Pop and Funko with a window there. Nothing really to write home about. So let's get this open. Oh boy. Normally I just rip these things. Trying to be very gentle, everybody. And you guys know me, I rip all my boxes up, so you know I really want to keep this safe. Let's open this and put this to the side. On the interior, we actually have a little card back for the Mudhorn symbol, which is kind of cool. Let me stick that back in there. And we'll put the box to the side real quick. Yeet. And we have Grogu in this plastic case. So let me open this. And I gotta be honest with you, it feels very heavy. Like it's got some weight to it. Let me stick this to the side. Just trying to keep everything organized here. And there we have Grogu out of his box. So let's have a closer look. And here we have Grogu out of his box and in my hand. And this guy definitely has a lot of weight. It's definitely all on the back here. It feels very solid. I don't have many Funko Pops. Maybe I would say maybe 6 since it came out, and this is one of them. But this is very heavy compared to the ones I do have. But having said that, the weight just adds to the value of it, to me anyway. So let's go over the pieces. We have our base, which says Star Wars, and that looks awesome. And it's big. and encompasses the whole model, which is a nice touch. Then we have a pylon leading up to the control knob here, which is 2 hemispheres with a midsection and a button on the top. And then we have a pylon leading to Grogu. And even though it's not super detailed because it's supposed to look like the parade balloon, it does have some nice details here and there. His hands, his robes are nicely done. The head looks fantastic. We got lips, nose, everything there. Of course, it has that Funko Pop face, but I kind of dig it. The ears look very nice as well. And it does have little Grogu toes. Not a fan of feet, but they are there. Then we have copyright crap in the back. So, pretty nice. Now, this may only be about 5 inches tall, but the regular real balloon is 41 feet high, 29 feet long, and 37 feet wide. Wow, that's a big balloon. But pretty awesome. Now, you may notice the head is moving. It is on a spring. It's a bobblehead. So, you probably heard it rocking and rolling the whole time I'm moving it. But I dig it. I noticed that Star Wars figures for Funko, they have to be on a bobble, because if they're not, then they're classified as a figure and they can't sell figures at that scale. Apparently there's some sort of legal battle there or something. But whatever, I kind of dig it. It gives to that effect that, oh, it's going down the street as a parade balloon. You know, because the balloon is never stationary. It's always moving or rocking or something. So I dig it. All in all, I'm very happy with what I'm seeing so far. So let's get a couple close-up shots, then we'll take a look at the paint, compare it to some other pieces, and then we'll be done. Having a closer look, first we're going to examine the knob for the control lever. And like I said, it's like 2 halves, midsection, and a button on top. There's not too much detail on it. Remember, this is supposed to be like a balloon. You can see the bottom there. And then I'll rotate it. See the other side. Pretty neat. Now for Grogu himself, the head is cracking me up. What is that, like little bits of glue? Yeah, we got a little bit of glue right there. But you can see some nice details on the face. Lips, nose, eyes. Little skin bumps. Looks kind of cool. I like that. The ears are nicely done. Pretty cool. You can see they just glued them to the side. There's the top of the head. And let's get the back of the head. There's the back of the head. See minor molding on the ears. And pretty cool. For the robe, he does have that big fold at the top. And then the rest has some minor little folds and curves. But it looks pretty cool. See the side here, the arms, the sleeves. Everything's there that should be. Pretty cool. Would be nice if they painted that black like the inside, but it is what it is. What I like about the big collar in the front is that it actually folds over. And then you can see the fold going down the center as well, which is a great touch. Thank God for the clear stand, you can see the whole bottom. Looking cool. And then there's the other arm, which is pretty nice. And the other side. Cool. Now the fingers are nicely done. Paint it. You know, everything's rounded, it's a Funko. But pretty cool nonetheless. See the little thumb over there. Again on this side. Looking cool. Nice. And the last part, we have Grogu's feet. And the base. Copyright crap. But all in all, a very cool item to have. So that's everything I have to say about the mold. I dig it. It looks awesome. So now let's talk about the paint. Putting this on the turntable, I wanted it to move a little bit so that way I could get the bobblehead action. Hopefully it looks good. I was cracking up when I was doing it. So now looking at the paint, Grogu has about 12 different colors: beige, light beige, green, black, dark yellow, brown, peach, pink, gray, blue, white, and dark tan. For the size, Grogu comes in at 5 inches or 127 millimeters tall. For the weight, it comes in at 9.46 ounces or 268.35 grams. Alright, for a size comparison with the Grogu's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade bobblehead seen in the center, I have it next to some other Funko Pops that I own. First, on the left-hand side, we have a generic Grogu, so you can see the size difference between something you could just buy and then this special larger one. And finally, on the left, I have Colin Robinson from What We Do in the Shadows, and this guy is what I would say is a normal Funko Pop, so you can definitely see the size difference between that as well. And that's it today for my review of the Star Wars Funko Pop Grogu Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade bobblehead. It's number 475 in the set and released in 2021. Today was a breath of fresh air for me. I loved reviewing something that wasn't a ship. You know, I had a lot of fun, and I hope that transfers while you're watching it. You know, this was a nice treat for me, and I hope for you as well. When it comes to the mold, I dig it. I think Funko did a fantastic job capturing how the Grogu balloon looked, like to the T. And the bobble function with the spring, some might not like it, but I dig it. You know, balloons move. They go up and down, left and right. They sway with the wind. I dig it. It sort of adds to the whole aesthetic. Great choice there. Or maybe they didn't have an option. Now, when it comes to the paint, we have 12 different colors working together. And just looking at it, you think, oh, it's green and tan, gray and blue. But no, there's a little peach, a little pink, the black, different types of tans and beige. Everything's working together to make this as accurate as possible to the actual balloon. And I really appreciate it. If you're a fan of Grogu, Thanksgiving, or any of that stuff, I would say try to hunt it down. It's well worth it. It's got some nice weight to it, and it would look great on your desk, especially around the holidays. So that's everything I have to say about this awesome looking miniature today. I really appreciate all of you taking time out of your hectic schedule to watch my content, and I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash that like button, and from the bottom of my heart, everybody, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you all have a great holiday, be safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Time to watch March of the Wooden Soldiers.